Liam Carter had no idea his life was about to change forever. It was late at night, the rain hitting the pavement as he rushed to complete his last delivery. His jacket was soaked, his bike's tires splashing through puddles, and all he could think about was getting home. But then, just as he turned a corner, he saw her. A young woman, distracted by her phone, stepping right into the street. Headlights appeared out of nowhere, an oncoming car speeding too fast to stop. Liam didn't think. He didn't hesitate. He just ran. In an instant, he grabbed her arm and pulled her back, both of them falling to the ground as the car sped past, missing her by inches. Breathing hard, she looked up at him, stunned, and that's when he recognized her. Isabella Sinclair, the billionaire heiress. A woman who could buy anything in the world except the one thing Liam had just given her. A second chance. And what happened next? No one saw it coming. Liam Carter never thought he'd be famous. He never thought he'd even be noticed. Every morning he wakes up to the sound of his phone buzzing. Another shift, another delivery, another long day on his scooter weaving through traffic just to scrape together enough for rent and food. Liam isn't lazy. In fact, he works harder than anyone he knows. But hard work doesn't always mean success, especially when life keeps throwing problems your way. His little sister Mia depends on him. Their parents are gone, and at just 22 years old, Liam has been playing the role of big brother, provider, and struggling dreamer all at once. But across town, in the tallest, shiniest skyscraper, Isabella Sinclair wakes up to a completely different world. She doesn't have to worry about money, or rent, or where her next meal is coming from. Isabella has it all, at least that's what the world thinks. She's the daughter of a billionaire, the heiress to a powerful empire. But there's one thing people don't know about her. She feels trapped. Trapped in a life of expectations, business deals, and people pretending to care about her just because of her last name. Two completely different lives. Two people who should have never crossed paths. But then, one night, everything changed. It was supposed to be just another delivery. One last order before Liam could finally go home. The streets were slick from the rain, the city lights glowing against the pavement as he zipped through alleys and side roads, trying to beat the clock. Meanwhile, Isabella was stepping out of an exclusive rooftop party, the kind of party where people sip champagne worth more than most people's monthly rent. The kind of party she hated. She was scrolling through her phone, distracted, frustrated, ready to leave. That's when it happened, a car speeding too fast. Isabella too lost in her thoughts to notice, and Liam watching it all unfold in an instant. He didn't have time to think. He didn't have time to hesitate. He just reacted. 1 second, Isabella was in danger. The next, she was yanked back, falling into the arms of a total stranger. The car screeched past, missing her by inches. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Isabella breathing hard, trying to process what had just happened. Liam staring at her, realizing that the girl he just saved wasn't just anyone. She was Isabella Sinclair, and before he could say anything, the cameras flashed. The next day, the entire city knew his name. But what happened after that? Well, that's where things get really interesting. Liam never wanted fame. He never wanted attention. But overnight, he became a headline. Broke delivery guy saves billionaire heiress, a real-life hero. His face was everywhere. News channels, social media, even influencers were talking about him. Strangers were sending him messages. People he'd never met were calling him brave and selfless. At first, he tried to ignore it. Viral stories fade fast, right? But Isabella had other plans. She tracked him down, showing up at the tiny diner where he took his lunch breaks. "I owe you," she said, standing there in her designer coat, completely out of place among the grease-stained tables and cheap coffee. Liam shook his head. "You don't owe me anything." But Isabella wasn't used to being told no. The next thing he knew, he was standing in the middle of a high society gala, wearing a borrowed suit that barely fit, surrounded by the richest people in the city. And for the first time, he saw the world Isabella lived in. A world of polished smiles and fake friendships. A world where people whispered about him, not because they admired him, but because they couldn't understand why someone like Isabella would even acknowledge someone like him. And yet, she did. And that changed everything. What would you do if your life suddenly went viral? Would you embrace it or walk away? Tell us in the comments. Alarma. Liam and Isabella's worlds kept colliding. Curious about his life, she followed him on a normal day. She watched him rush between deliveries, barely having time to eat. She saw him hand his last few dollars to a homeless man without hesitation. And for the first time, she realized something. Money didn't make her world better. But Liam. Liam had something that her world didn't. Realness. And just when things started to make sense, the storm hit. Isabella's father, the billionaire himself, stepped in. He saw Liam as a problem, a distraction, someone who didn't belong. So he made him an offer, a fat check, enough money to solve all his problems. All Liam had to do was disappear. And for a second, he actually thought about it, because taking the money meant a better life for his sister. It meant stability, no more struggling. But it also meant losing Isabella. And the moment he realized that, he ripped up the check. Because some things in life, they're worth more than money. Would you have taken the money or walked away? Drop A for yes or A for no. Fire. 1 year ago, Liam was just a delivery guy. Now, he's standing on a stage in front of an audience as Isabella announces the launch of something no one expected. A foundation. One designed to help struggling workers, people like Liam, find better opportunities. Because she didn't just want to thank him, she wanted to change the world because of him. As the crowd claps, Isabella turns to Liam and smirks. Still think I owe you nothing? Liam laughs, shaking his head. Nah, he says. We're even. And as the camera flashes go off once again, this time, he doesn't mind. Because this is just the beginning. One act of kindness can change your life forever. What would you have done in Liam's place? Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more incredible stories. Want more inspiring content? Click on the next video. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.